Training to get Silkie chickens to sleep on a roost.
Silkie chickens don't fly much, so they tend to sleep on the ground. There are several downsides to sleeping on the ground. 1. Insects can crawl up from the ground and infest. 2. Since birds defecate even while sleeping, they end up sleeping on their own droppings. 3. Ends up getting covered in the droppings of other birds roosting nearby. 4. The ground gets cold at night, so they end up with a cold belly. 5. There's a risk of being chewed by rats. There are the aforementioned downsides. I've had 4 Silkie chickens so far. And when they first arrived, they all slept on the ground. As a result of the training, everyone's now crashing on the log. I've summarized the training process. The black and brown chickens that were here before could fly, so they used to sleep on the high perch. When silver and gold Silkie arrived, they initially slept on the ground. So first, they practiced sleeping on this low perch. After a few practices, they got used to sleeping on this perch. Silkie chickens may seem sluggish. They actually have quick learning and good memory.
Gold's wearing a towel because she got wet in the rain.
Gold's sitting on eggs time.
So I won't move.
After renovating the chicken coop, they started sleeping on the elevated parallel bars. Everyone sleeps on the higher perch. When Buff and Copper arrived, they also initially slept on the ground. As for the young bird Copper, she hopped onto the perch herself and started sleeping. So, Copper didn't need any training. Meanwhile, the elderly Buff seems to want to sleep on the ground. Well, it's not surprising, considering that for the 6 years since birth, under her previous owner, Buff's been sleeping on the ground. So when it came to Buff, I had sort of given up on training. But then, after about 2 months since Buff came to our place,
Maybe I'll sleep on a perch too. Heave ho.
it finally started sleeping on the perch. Things done to get Silkies to perch. 1. Providing a low perch. 2. Make it a comfortable width for sitting. 3. Repeat putting them on the perch at sleeping time. Things like that. Finally, now everyone sleeps on the perch. Buff doesn't like being pecked, so she stays away from silver and gold. But Buff feels cold when alone, so I want to encourage Copper to come next to Buff.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.